Sorry. It's 2 a.m. Somewhere in the world. It's Dem Boyz. It's Dem Boyz. And Boys. And we back.
Boy, back.
You got a lot of energy. That's what I like to see, I guess.
Man had to change the plan, you know.
Change the plan. He
Change
changed
the
the hair.
plan.
My hair's all
The plan.
kind of nappy, but it's okay. Your hair looks good for at least for
me.
both of us.
Yeah, for both.
For both of us. Shoot, I'll put my hair
Let's
right
go, man.
there. Yeah. What are we talking about today?
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey. You mean Holly Holm, right?
Holly Holmes, rating from the 505 area code, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That is where she lives.
That's where she lives.
Congratulations, Holly Holm. Thank you very, very much. I'm a fan.
Roundy with fishing with fish snacks.
Fishing with
fruit snacks.
With fruit snacks. You gotta get your sayings right.
Hey, I'm just rusty on
It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been a little while.
Gone fishing with fruit snacks.
I understand.
Bam.
But no, Holly Holm, I mean, really what she did was to a lot of people an upset. To Vegas, it was an upset. To not me.
She had the skills, right?
She had the skills. She was a world champion. Kickboxer, boxer.
Boxer, right.
She was as big as Ronda Rousey.
Has longer reach.
Has a longer reach.
Stronger.
I'm not saying she is, but she looked like she could have been taking some TRT, you know.
Just tempted a little bit to get a little edge.
I don't know that, Holly. She's wonderful. She's very, very nice, actually. Very humble. With
I like the way she handled everything. That was really compared to how it has been. That was refreshing to see how she handled that.
I like it.
And it didn't change from the comments she had before the fight, and then after she kept it the same type of style. So I mean, that speaks. That's how it should be.
That roundhouse was cold. It was so cold.
It was. I actually watched the fight. I know I didn't watch. This was one of the ones. I'm not into it, but I actually watched.
Why did you watch it?
Huh?
Why did you watch it?
Because I knew this was. I knew this.
You want to see something?
I knew this was gonna be.
He said, "I knew Ronda was gonna lose to Holly." Yeah. You put money on it?
I wish I did.
You made a pretty penny.
Yeah, you're right. Because everybody was going Ronda like
biggest upset that in Vegas history. So as far as UFC.
Okay. I'm always not entertained. Be like half my face.
so you back in the frame, but like I said, biggest upset, in Vegas.
I think a lot of people knew there was a big possibility. It was just strange how she came. I thought she just didn't have how Ronda just came out, and it seemed like it was more haphazard. It
was her game plan. Her game plan was flawed.
Just come flawed.
You gonna stand?
She couldn't get to the grab and the wrestling.
I guess it wasn't flawed. Cause she did try to take her down, but she couldn't. She couldn't.
It was too good strength.
Would you have continued to try to take her down?
No, then you gotta adjust your game.
Or at least, continue to try to set. You did correct.
You gotta try to adjust. If that's not work. You tried it several times. It got you into, some very powerful hits.
Now she was in the hospital for a little bit.
Right.
You think she got plastic surgery? Think her mouth, because her mouth was cut. It was cut.
It's from that kickboxing kick. I thought it was more of the kick.
Oh yeah. It was the kick, and then cut her lip, and
right. I mean the punches. I'm sure you might need some.
Huh? Then she got some plastic surgery.
It might be some possibility.
She probably did. Dana White was like, it was just a busted lip. She'll be fine.
No, that wasn't.
It took her how long to get out? Holly Holm, though, she's traveling now. She's going back to what do you say, Arizona?
ABQ, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's in that same, south.
I just visited in July. So it was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's nice about that weather is it's always hot, isn't it?
Pretty much. Well, I mean, when it's some area in the mountains, though, like Santa Fe area towns, they have a winter and it snows.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did really?
In the mountains they get snow and weather. There's some areas that'll snow and it'll, dissipate. It'll be gone by midday. But most of the time, like right now, you have some cool some cool weather.
You think that transition? Do you think that warm weather kind of helped Kobe Bryant play for 20 seasons?
Yes, it did.
I mean, because I can't see him being in New York playing 20 seasons.
Well, yeah, not home games.
Minnesota.
Yeah, like home games.
Yeah.
That's rougher on the body.
Yeah.
Just that being in that state. So yeah, franchise location is everything. Location. So even in sports, think about it. Even though you're indoors, but you're in your home games where your headquarters.
In your environment,
it's a warm temperature climate that can contribute to your health and preserving your joints and things like that. So.
Well, I mean, he's retiring, as we all know.
Like I can't stand it when it's winter because I can feel it.
You can feel it in your bones?
Yeah, my bones, man.
I can feel it in my brittle bones. My brittle bones. Yeah, I mean, he's retiring, like I said, right? But where would you rank Kobe Bryant? I know everybody says, "Oh, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, or Kobe Bryant, LeBron James."
If you don't have a Kobe Bryant, you don't have the next. That's what people don't give. Because he doesn't have that people. He's not a people person. Personality.
Okay. He's hated.
People don't give him the credit for it. If you don't have a Kobe Bryant, this will lead to the next era of your LeBron James and things that because if you didn't have the Kobe Bryant, the Shaquille O'Neal tandem and this like that, what did you have after? If a Kobe Bryant did so, Allen Iverson, he wasn't reliable. He had personal issues. I thought if Allen Iverson's personal life could have been on the Raps, he would have been even higher up there. Think about it, just because he's an exciting player.
Yeah, very true.
And he can go with the best of the best. But we're talking about somebody that are able to maintain. They're an exciting player. Kobe Bryant is exciting. He did some very incredible things. The thing is, he's just not a people person, or people wasn't well liked, but respected because he did make a difference in the era. His impact on the NBA made a difference. He kept it going along with some of the other. He was a highlight, a star, 5-star name during that time when he came out.
He was that transition between Jordan and LeBron right now.
Right, he was. Like I said, because it's not
that people person. You think Jordan was really that people person either?
He knew how to work the crowd.
He knew how to work the crowd. Right. He knew how to work the crowd. He did. He's not a people person.
No, but he knew how to.
He's not. He absolutely is not. But everybody flocks to him like he's like bump everybody. Everybody's like, oh yes, Michael Jordan. Right. I don't really understand.
But I think his demeanor, disposition was more embracing to people than Kobe.
Okay.
I come here to work. I don't come here to be liked.
I hear you.
That's just the.
That's what he said. Yeah.
I come here to
he
work.
Said, I don't want to make friends. He said something about making friends.
Sure.
You don't care about making friends.
I just want to come here to work. Let's get the job.
You might hear from friends.
You signed the contract to win a championship.
Yeah. He said, I got enough friends.
I
got enough friends.
I know it sounds crazy, but we're in this pop culture time where I have to feel good about you, to work good with you. But the thing about it, a professional sport, it's my job. I want to come and give my best performance, and I'm expecting my coworker to come and be in best shape and be informed and play to their best of their ability. So on a paid scale of a job, this is your job, man. Come to school, come to work. Somebody did Teddy Pendergrass. Turned out very nice.
So not bad though. Not that bad. We still got some life.
So at the end of the day, I get where he's coming from, man. Be a grown man, come to work and do your job.
Correct.
That's all he's saying to your teammates. What is all this emotional about? Come to work and do your job. If it's your job to rebound, be the best damn rebounder. If it's your job, you're second.
Paul Gasol.
All right. If you're the second shooting guard.
Roy Hibbert.
Right. If you're the second scorer behind me, come and give your 14, 16 points like you're supposed to consistently, so we can have success. So on just getting tasks done.
Not Paul Gasol nowadays, because Paul Gasol nowadays
got dunked on.
He
got dunked on.
Oh yes, he did.
But you always get dunked on, Paul. But not like that. That was bad.
But Paul got his rebounds. Paul got his boards in the Bulls uniform. But when he was with the Lakers, he was not rebounding the ball like he should. I don't understand what that was.
He did now.
He's averaging like about 5 more games.
It's just he's going through something.
It's crazy to me how, I don't know.
I think your roles change.
What is Roy Hibbert doing? How is a 7'2" person never grabbing rebounds?
He never did in college. That's what
Russell Westbrook averages more.
But that's what I was trying to tell you. He wasn't even that good in college. That's what I was trying to explain. Not to you, but to people. He wasn't. He was just a body to clog up. And that's a slower game. You can disrupt shots and just clog up the middle. Correct. In a college game, but it doesn't translate well to NBA because you need to run the floor. Mm-hmm. And he likes the donuts and the ho-hos and everything.
Yeah, I mean, he got a little bit, he got a little bit quicker, lost a little bit of weight.
Wait, but I'm just saying, his thing is, he likes the sweets. He doesn't have a great diet, so that holds you back from running the floor when you're especially when you're that tall and that much weight. You need to have a good regimented diet so you can be at top performance. I was talking to a high school coach of mine. We were talking about a team he had a year before. It wasn't that he had a great team, but they weren't. They didn't get past a certain point because the players didn't allow themselves to be in the best shape as possible. So when you came to those 50-50 games,
high school or college?
High school. But we're just but this comment I make can translate over into any sport. But when it came to those 50-50 games, and him knowing that we weren't in. You have to be in that top shape to be able to perform when you're a good team. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to those games where you needed 2 or 3 more rebounds, what kind of shape were they in?
Oh, that's
what kind of shape were they in? Did they put in? Did they really take their preseason workout serious? Did they really take? Are they putting in the extra time to catch up and get in shape? If they're coming off the injury, is there a regimen there that's going to help them transition back? So that's all I'm saying is that a lot of times. In all levels, you have good players playing well together, but how many of them were actually committed to being at the tip-top shape to really go get some of those, what I call 50-50 games, and go either way. You can win it. It is based off of, you got to be in shape because it's an endurance.
Very true.
Because if you don't have your endurance, then what? You lose your mental focus. So that's why I said 50-50 games, you got to be in shape.
40%, no, what do you say? 50% of the game? 40% of the game is 90% mental.
All right.
40% of the game is 90% mental.
Yeah.
Yogi Bear. No, but I mean, that translates to baseball as well. Right. I mean, you got Mark Teixeira, who came into the season and said, hey, guys, for the first time in my career, I'm going to come into spring training in shape.
Made a difference.
And I'm going to eat healthy. And it made a difference. He hit more home runs than he has in the past couple of years. He's hit more RBIs than he has in the past couple of years. He's played longer than he had in the past couple of years. All because he's going to come in shape.
You think clearer. You function differently. You think. I mean, it's just, and that, like I said, that translates to all levels.
Common sense is not always common practice.
Exactly.
That's as simple as that.
That's why he's so terrible.
No, that's right. I have no common sense, no common practice.
No, he's good, guys.
It's all good. 73. Does that number sound familiar?
Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls. They like 73-10 or something like 9 or something like 73-9, something like 10.
73-9 since there is a
82. But I was thinking that
actually, sorry, no, they won 72 games.
72.
They won 72-10. So the number is 73
to break the record.
To break the record. Correct.
Here's the thing. It's doable because the West is gotten weaker.
Okay.
So and their team and the Golden Warriors, and where everybody, we're talking about 73 with the Golden Warriors NBA basketball team, and can they break the record of when Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls? It wasn't the Chicago Bulls, it was Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. That's how it was. It was like Michael had 50, Michael had 30,
Scottie Pippen and the Chicago Bulls.
Right. And Horace Grant was mad about it. No. Paxson, he was glad to be here.
No, he was glad to be there. But it was actually pretty decent coach.
Actually, he brought some grit.
True.
He had some grit. He didn't get credit.
He was their Udonis Haslem.
Then they thought people looked at him soft, but if you really reflect about it, he was the great. He didn't get credit for those intangibles, the diving and the hustle, and he will have those. He'll have some crucial shots or some shots. When you go through a dry spell, it's not. People always notice it's not always your starter makes a big basket when you're going through a drought in your scoring in basketball. And a lot of times you look at the stats, it's not always the all-star that steps up and breaks the ice. It's usually your high-level role player, you know, what you call your 3 and 4 star.
Your J.R. Smith.
Yeah, because they just love playing. There's no pressure.
Your Jamal Crawford.
Right. There's no pressure to
Very true.
perform. So, but let's get back to this.
73 wins.
73 wins. I think it is possibly doable just because what you have composed as the NBA this year. It's hit and miss. It's very. It's lackluster. You don't like. It's you pick it. I remember there could be I would want to watch both games that they would show, but it's like I want to watch this game, or I don't want to see either one of those because they both would be horrible. You got 4 horrible teams you put on the TV in one night, And then
Clippers.
Yeah.
The Clippers are playing actually pretty well.
Watch.
They're in the West. I think surprising. I think OKC is going to snap out of it. I think OKC is going to snap out of it.
I am scheduled to go see an OKC game in January.
I'm going in December. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going in December. Okay. But I was planning on going in December. I should probably.
I was going to sell my tickets.
Oklahoma. You going to sell tickets?
If
I'm going?
No, if Durant was still hurt. Remember, he got a little.
That's
injury. I'm not going to see Westbrook.
Exactly. No. I mean, Westbrook is a beast. The Thunder, I think they can turn it around. But the 3 teams, obviously, you have the Warriors. Then I think you're looking at the Clippers and the Thunder could be that 3rd team that. But the Spurs, I mean, they're not. I mean,
it's solid basketball.
It's solid basketball. They're playing solid basketball.
Exciting, nothing flashy.
They're doing what they do every single year.
Yeah. And they're preserving their veterans.
Correct.
They're not stretching them early.
Kawhi Leonard. I like. I mean,
but if you notice, they're not weighing too heavily on their veterans. They're giving them just enough so they keep it fresh, and then you transition in your younger talent. So it's a great system that they have configured that works for them. They got. It's great because Ginobili's going to transition out, Tony's going to transition out, Tim is going to transition out, and it's great tutelage provided so you can compete.
You see Kawhi Leonard being like going as far as putting numbers up like Paul George is doing? Eventually?
I do.
Is he headed that?
Why? Because there's no pressure. Because he's in a good situation where he didn't have to. And so now he's learning how to play basketball under a good coaching staff and from unselfish basketball players, veteran players. And I believe that's what makes a difference in some NBA players that come in, guys that come in, rookies that come in, is what type of, one, if they're willing to listen to the veterans, and 2, what type of veteran players they're exposed to or influences their career.
That's why Jalil, is that why, him not having that guidance, the reason why 5 days in a row, he's had incidents on 4 of those days?
Jalil Okafor, in Philly.
Going 108 miles an hour is not just because he's in Philly.
No. It's just it's a tough. Philly and New York, I don't wish on anybody. I think that's the worst venue a rookie could go to. It's too high profile.
Kristaps Porzingis is doing pretty damn well for himself.
Man, he was already playing pro. He
was like, hey, this is nothing to me.
Think about it. He was playing. Those guys that come from overseas already play some form of level of pro.
Yeah, pro. Yeah, they get
of that physicality of.
But New York though, was he playing in Barcelona?
No, he wasn't playing in New York. But I'm just saying, I think of that mental toughness that comes.
He's playing in Lithuania.
Yeah.
They don't. Do they have a lot of?
They play physical. I'm talking about the physicality, the grown man physicality. That's what I'm talking about. The physicality.
Okay.
That's a little awful it's just dumb decisions.
He's off. Yeah, it's off court decisions.
What I was referring to is that you still that pressure being that whole high profile. Not saying that's why he did it. It was just a poor personal decision. But adding to the venue that you're in and you're not winning at all compounds that. So my thing is he's got to figure it out. Man, first of all, if you do something stupid like that, you got to come back and perform well on the court.
Oh, nothing but.
You got to work harder.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. And don't make that mistake again. Like Lawson, right?
Who do they? Oh
Ty
yeah,
Lawson,
Ty Lawson.
you did it
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. Come on, Ty.
So
Come on, Ty.
I mean, so the thing is, learn from your mistake.
Exactly.
Move on, and don't let it happen. Don't let that same thing happen again. So you got Ty Lawson. You've been in the league 8 years, and you same thing twice in a short time span. It's like that's like you go through something and you need some help. Yeah.
Very, very true. Who do you think they bring in to do a job like that? Because none of the vets they have on their team right now.
No, they're terrible.
They're
terrible.
I heard earlier, I think it was ESPN, somebody said they're lucky to be in the league.
Right.
I mean, those vets are lucky to be in the league.
Right.
So Tony Rutan is lucky.
Right.
Okay. Kendall Marshall.
Right.
Lucky.
Well, you because you have the basement teams. That's why you're in the league.
Exactly. And if those teams are expansion, right?
Right.
Those teams won't be there.
Yeah, I mean,
Those
so you're there because you're, I guess, good enough not to go to the D League.
Mm-hmm. But they're playing Marshall was playing in D League last year,
right?
Maybe two. I mean, you can say that about someone like Whiteside, but Whiteside's actually doing damage
in the NBA. He's legitimate.
He's legitimate.
Right.
Covington, Robert Covington,
legitimate.
He's legitimate talent. He's a legitimate talent, but
not consistent.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Not consistent.
But
not consistent.
So when I say legitimate, I think it's legitimate talent. Like
okay.
That's NBA talent.
Philly does have legitimate NBA talent. New Orleans Noel is legitimate talent. I mean, Okafor's legitimate talent. Covington's legitimate talent. Rutan.
You need leadership. They don't have any leadership guards.
Correct.
They don't have a leadership guard. And so that's why it's hard for you to score when you don't have somebody that is playing for the success of the team. If you notice, every successful team has a what? Has a guard that wants their team to be successful. Steph Curry scores a lot of points, but he wants his team to be what? Successful.
More than most.
Chris Paul scores when he has, but he wants his team to be successful. And now, here's the thing: Rondo has grown up, matured a little bit since to the Kings, and you see him playing better. He's learning to see his team success. I'm not saying he's doing a great job.
A little bit better.
But you go down that list. I mean, Atlanta Hawks, the guards of that. Jeff Teague. What's his team? He could do more. But what good is it if you don't empower your team to make what? Plays. You got to make plays. If we're going to be successful, George Hill, if we're going to be successful in the playoffs, you have to make plays as well, not me. And so Sixers, they don't have that person that riles the troops and say, we got to do this. A coach can only do so much. Where they need a player where everybody rallies around, and it doesn't have to be a superstar, just a person that's a go-getter, and that they believe in. Just like every NFL needs the quarterback that the team rallies around.
Even the Suns got Eric Bledsoe.
Right. They rally around. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. They don't have a rally around. It usually, and no offense to the big guys, it's not a post that a team rallies around. It's usually a forward or a guard play type of player. Teams appreciate the play of the post because they get beat up the most, but usually someone that rallies the troops.
Tim Duncan maybe? Is that Kevin Garnett?
Well, with Tim, you had the Tony.
Correct. With Tim, yeah. And so he was kind of doing that. Kevin kind of did his thing, but I mean,
he had the guard.
When he was winning, he had Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. Yeah, he had those guys leading too. You're right. Okay. Olajuwon.
Sam Cassell.
Wasn't Sam Cassell a rookie though?
Kenny Smith.
Yeah, that's right. Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith.
Jet. Broke knees.
Kenny, get your knees fixed. Goodness.
What is that?
Kenny, my man has the most bow-legged. I love Kenny.
I love you, man.
Kenny, Shaq, Chuck, you guys are great. But
I mean, that was a great. I was a Knicks fan, but that was a great Houston team. Bernie Maxwell, Mario Elie, Olajuwon, who else? Clyde Drexler. That was a great. That's just and nobody. Guess what? And really for that type of level of star players, everyone shared the ball fairly well. That's why they had success.
Correct. Correct.
They got it to the open person who had the better shot.
You know, we just went completely off script. We're talking about
Yes.
the Sixers and all that. That's kind of funny. The first time we ever talked about the Sixers.
And
randomly. The Sixers, right?
They go off.
Okay.
Damn it, Jaleel, get your life together.
Get your life together. Just talking about people who got their life together. Zach Greinke and David. Why did I
Zach
just
Greinke
had his life together. Why did I just forget his name?
Zach Greinke has his life together. $206 million.
$206
and Price
million.
just signed what, like 180?
217.
207. Okay, I don't know why I think it was 186 or
217. 217.
They got their life together.
So for a pitcher, David Price has gotten the highest paid as far as 217. That's the highest money than any pitcher.
And when I see him play in Toronto, all I want to say, not to his credit, it was in the playoffs, watching him play. I felt that the managers in a certain particular, it worked in the Royals' favor, and the Royals won that game. But they played. You have to protect your star player.
Mm-hmm.
You know when they have had enough.
When
they got to the level, it's like, why did you keep him? He had
correct.
such a look. I'm about respecting the work, the body of work that somebody did for 6 innings, bringing a relief pitcher with some different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you do that to that guy in a playoff situation?
Correct. And they,
you know,
and he was pissed. I mean, he was mad.
Right. I
he
mean,
was pissed.
Why did you keep him in there in the playoff situation? I thought that was selfish. On the other end, you're trying to buy one more inning, but it's like,
very true, yeah.
No, you need to go. And I thought that was disrespectful to the body of work that he put in that game. You held somebody score, and I'm sure when you're at that level, you feel like, hey, especially with pitching with your arm, I've done all I could do today.
Correct. Sorry, yeah. That's very true. They needed to. He got that money. He was 13-8 with a 3.07 ERA. That's good.
Yeah.
But the best contract ever, well, as far as numbers for a pitcher. That's nonsense to me. I don't understand. I don't. 13-8. 13-8. He had a mediocre postseason. You know, they got that postseason stuff. Correct. They needed a number one. He's a number one, but he's not worth that money. That's nonsense. He's set up. He is set up.
Set up. I mean, but the thing is, if you manage him well, to me, he's a 6.
He could be good. 3.06 ERA is nothing to sleep on. Let me not stop messing around.
But my thing is based on who you play. I'm not like this baseball guru, but I do see, you know, you take guys 6. You know, I would make him a 6-inning starter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then if you play somewhere where you could go that 7th inning, but the thing is, preserve, and force the other pitchers to step up.
See,
and support.
To preserve, though, you have to have a bullpen.
You have to have the relief pitchers
teams,
that can do it.
And some teams, they don't have that. And then that's
what
happens.
So you go sign and throw your arm out because you can't.
Yeah, that's what happens.
They don't even. So you rather sign for the money than look at the.
This is what happens in little leagues too. Little leagues will get 1 to 3 pitchers, right, that are solid, right? And they'll pitch them pretty much right back to back. Wears them out, and then, you know, by the time they're 15, throwing curveballs and all this mess, they can't throw anymore. It's a messed up situation. But Zach Greinke, 19-3,
right,
1.66 ERA,
legit.
Got paid 6 years, $206 million. That's worth it. He put a season together.
How many years ago David Price been in the MLB?
Oh, quite a while.
So are they rewarded just for being around that long too? Sometimes.
Why would the Boston Red Sox all of a sudden say, hey, you know, you played for Tampa Bay so long, then all of a sudden you went to Toronto and you played against us. So we're going to say thank you and pay you. No, they said we're going to take you away.
So we can't beat you.
Yeah, and we're going to pay you.
But there's no guarantee he can perform like that.
None.
I mean, even with a great team,
Boston, especially with big contracts,
it's been a history of flat.
Pablo, where you at right now? What you doing?
Right.
We're still Pablo. Who else? Adrian Gonzalez.
Right.
I guess, I mean, No, that's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. Now,
we got to do that.
Hanley Ramirez. Actually, Hanley Ramirez.
We have to do a whole different segment, man. We coming on 30. Do we need to do a second segment?
It's our last. We got locals.
We got locals. Yeah. So did we cover all my stuff?
Locals. Yeah.
NFL's
last bit. We got off track with the Sixers.
Well, the damn Jaleel, man. Jaleel would do that to you.
Please be good, man.
But you know why? You know why it's tough, because he's a Duke guy. So
on that note, we're out.